All right, and we are live. What is up, everybody? I hope everybody is having a wonderful Monday. If you guys can hear me okay, please put a 1 in the chat. Started talking with you guys, and I didn't realize that I was going over the time limit here. Starting a little late. My apologies. Let's see. Mic check, mic check. There we go. Perfect. All right. All right, welcome. For anybody that's new to the channel, I'm Chris with Monsters Under Our Bed. We cover true crime mystery to the missing. And today we've got a very interesting case, Kenny Veach and the M Cave. This is a case that I used to follow well before I was a YouTuber or content creator. And one of my favorite YouTube channels that inspired me to become a content creator was Explore With Us. They've kind of gone a different direction, but they had covered this case. That's where I first heard of it. Let me know if you've heard of them. But if you haven't heard of this case, don't worry. Of course, we're gonna cover it all, but it's very fascinating. It happened in the neighboring state to me, near Area 51, which is pretty famous and well known, and we will kind of explore that as well. Let's see, I'm just checking the chat here. Sandy says the intro gave me Game of the Thrones vibe. Nice. I cannot wait for the second season of House of the Dragons for any of those Game of Thrones fans in here. Huge fan of Game of the Thrones. Quickly, I just wanted to shout out everybody, but of course, Southern Gal True Crime for her renewed membership. She says, proud to be a member of this community for 7 months. Thank you so much, Southern Gal, for your continued support. That's so awesome. All right, let's get this bad boy started. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, before we get started with the actual Kenny Veach story, we always like to feature missing person posters at the beginning of the show. And the two that I'm featuring are personal requests that we do take. So if you have a family member or friend that went missing and you would like them to be featured in an upcoming live show, you can email me the details. Today we have Amber Arnett. She is just 39 years old, 5'4", 150 pounds. She was last seen in Lansing. Oh gosh, I forget the state. Can someone remind me where Lansing is? Shame on me. I'm going to have to look that up because I got a delay between me and you guys. I know how to look this up again. Michigan. Okay. So she went missing in Lansing, Michigan, and this was, let's see if we got the date here. I forget the date. Has anyone known that I couldn't find her actual poster, but if I recall, it's been a few months since she went missing. But anyway, there is a reward. If you have any information, you can contact the number 517-483-6679. I know, just 39 years old, had her whole life ahead of her. Hopefully, maybe it's possibly just a runaway situation, and hopefully she comes back home. June 25th. Thank you, Nikki Lynn. Thank you so much. You're the one that requested this. Thank you so much, Michigan. I'm sorry. I had a lot to catch up on. All right, I got one more real quick here. Another request. And this is Dimitri Lee Perez. And I'm sorry for the bad quality. I do have a better picture of him. But this is the only one I could find as far as the poster goes. He went missing April 14th of last year in Leakey, Texas. He's just 24 years old. I think he has a family. He's 5'9", 160 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Dimitri left his home on foot early morning hours without his phone or money. His shoes were later found on the side of the road. He was wearing either cargo shorts or pajamas. He also has a mole on his shoulders. If you have any information, call 866-660-4025. And there's a better look of Dimitri here. Let me move that over. So yeah, handsome guy, just 24 years old. Prayers for the family of him and for Amber. Okay, now moving on to today's live show, we've got Kenny Veach, 47 years old, went missing in November of 2014. So I am going to get this video up. If you haven't heard of it, don't worry, we will cover all the bases. This guy was kind of a content creator in a way. He does have some videos. Some of his videos are still up even. And we're going to watch a few of them. So just the basic background of Kenny. Kenny Veach is a 47-year-old, avid and very experienced hiker and adventurer. He lived in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is known for Area 51. And for anybody that may not know what that is a secret military base in Nevada. And many speculate or believe that it could hold aliens and spacecrafts and other things like that. Kenny was also into conspiracy theories, including aliens and UFOs and other things like that. But, of course, he was an avid hiker, and during that year he came across a mysterious cave he called the M Cave. And he's in this video we'll watch here in just a minute. He talks about hundreds of caves that he's been in, and I'm not sure how much he's actually hiked this particular area, but obviously he's very experienced, and he would kind of vlog those hikes, and he was telling his viewers that he'd found this M Cave, and as we can see here on the picture, this is a video. Anyway, we'll get a better look at him. But in this picture here, he's got his 9mm with him. But apparently when he went on this trip that he found this so-called M Cave, he didn't have his pistol with him. And he said as he was approaching it, he got this weird feeling, and his body supposedly started vibrating. Okay. Is everything good? My thing just said my chat disconnected. Can I get a 1 in the chat? Make sure we're all here and good. You just check my live. Everything looks good. Yeah, we had a nasty power outage last night. That's why I wasn't able to go live. Transformer blew yesterday. And okay, 1. All right, we're good. Okay, it said chat disconnected. Usually when it says that, it means the connection's bad. And okay, sorry to get off track. But anyway, so yeah, he was telling his viewers, and we're going to watch this video. But yeah, he was telling his viewers that, he found this M Cave. And this guy is, like I said, he's an adventurer. And he goes into all the caves that he can find. And this particular one, he was kind of scared and got this vibration. And we'll watch the video, and he explains it. It's quite interesting. Anyway, he then uploads another video where he went to go out looking for this M Cave, which is the one we're going to watch, and he couldn't find it. And then some people in his YouTube comments were saying, hey, don't go. If you find the M Cave, don't go in there. You won't come back out. And we'll even actually look at that particular comment. People thought that was kind of interesting. But anyway, he would head out once again November 10th, 2014. It's almost been 10 years now. To attempt to find this M Cave. And unfortunately, he'd never be heard or seen again. So we'll look at that video that he had uploaded. Obviously, I'm not going to watch the whole thing because it's like 30 minutes or something like that. But we're just going to watch some highlights. And here's him explaining this actual cave that he found.
Up on my hike up here in the mountains north of Las Vegas. This is the
nice.
This is a canyon I just walked up in. Now you can't tell, but my truck is way out there by the...
Okay, sorry to interrupt. I'll try not to interrupt too much. I see D's already answered that. Yeah, so the reason why it's called the M Cave is it's supposedly shaped like an M. And they may have found the M cave. So, like I said, but we don't want to get too ahead.
The mountains at the very, very end of this valley. It's kind of like a big canyon.
Yes, I've got it.
On the other side of these mountains, I'll show you in a second, are is the bombing range, the Nellis Air Force bombing range.
So for anyone that doesn't know what he's talking about, that is Area 51. It's also known as the Nellis Air Force Base. So just to show you guys, oh, I got to pull up my thing again. I forgot to restart my computer, but we'll get right back to the video. But I want to show you guys because it's really interesting that how close he was to Area 51. So here is Las Vegas right here, and we have Area 51 right here, and so you can see where Kenny is at. So it's not too far. It's still a bit, but he travels. I mean, he's a really advanced hiker. And if we, so he's only 65 miles from Area 51. And for anybody that doesn't know, we will get into it eventually. But this area, a lot of the land in Nevada is government property, which means you're not really supposed to be on it. And especially when you get closer to Area 51, and we're talking many, many miles outside of just Area 51 that they patrol, and they're known as camo dudes. And we'll talk about the camo dudes, and I got a video of the camo dudes for those that don't know who they are. But anyway, we won't get too far ahead, but we'll continue playing the video here.
Do a lot of practice stuff out there. This is an old mine, and there's a hole here that just goes way down.
Yeah.
I'll show you that. And then the last time I came up here, I hiked up to the top of what they call Gas Peak, and I spent the night. It was a 2-day hike, and then I hiked all the way down to another valley over here and went past this mountain range you see on my right, all the way back out to the flat desert. Now, the camera doesn't pick this up very well, but it's a long way, and I just romp around out.
How's the volume, guys? It's not too loud, is it? Let me know if it's a little too loud. I noticed I have it all the way up. If it's okay, put a 1. Let me know if it's a little too loud.
Out here, do some solo hikes and have some fun. My mission today is to just do a 1-day hike. It's about a 10-hour hike. I got to still go over another ridge and then go all the way down a big crevice. It's real narrow and gets kind of scary. And I'm looking for a cave that I found, and I didn't have a sidearm when I was here before, and something about that cave just spooked me. Out of all the caves I've ever gone in, this one just made my body vibrate. The closer I got to it, the crazier my body felt, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to go in there right now, but I'm coming back someday. And I talked to some people on YouTube, and I told them, hey, I'm coming out here, you know, because they kind of called my hand on it. So I don't know if there's going to be anything to it, but it might be interesting. If I can find it, I got to relocate it, and this is a big mountain range I'm in, and I'm on foot, you know. My truck's way out there. There's no roads, there's no trails. It's a pretty rough terrain. So hopefully I'll find it. It's shaped like a big M. It's a big cave that looks just like a gigantic M, and it's about as tall as I am and kind of narrow, and it's stuck on the side of a mountain. So I hope I can find it again. And if I do, I'm going in there. I'm gonna put on my light and take my gun out and walk in there, see if I find anything. We'll see. I'm gonna take the camera and show you how deep this hole is and kind of show you around real quick. So.
Thank you so much, Christina Schreif. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. Looks like Iced Autumn got the gifted membership. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you're doing well. Happy holidays. And I hope, wondering, sorry, I'm getting some feedback here. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, this particular mine shaft, I believe, will come into an important role later, but I want to give it away yet. I am pretty sure But like I said, so keep in mind of where we're at. A little loud. Okay. I turned it down just a little bit, so yeah, I just realized I had it all the way up. But yeah, here's just a short clip, and then we're gonna. So, like I said, I think this is like a 30-minute video, and I just took like the first 5 minutes of him kind of explaining the situation, and then I took the part where he comes across an area that he thinks could be the M cave, but it's not, and he kind of describes a little bit more about this M cave, and then we'll kind of talk a little bit about the M cave, and then
here we go.
There.
This area is that I'm in, it's kind of a weird thing. It's been out here forever. I mean, there's no roads, there's no trails. This thing, who knows how long it's been out here, and I have no idea what they were digging up, but it looks like some of the rocks are kind of rusty, so it might have been some kind of ore. This is kind of iffy. I'm going to step on this thing. It's very old, but I'll just show you down inside that hole. It goes way, way, way down in there. Let me see if I can... that's pretty far. That goes way down in there. If you fell, that'd be it. You'd be a goner. It's a long way. So anyway, on the other side of those mountains, they're not that far away, but they're pretty good distance out there. On the other side of those is where I'm going to be popping out after I go over this. See, there's this little canyon. I got to go down. I got to go over this mountain, and then I drop way down this mountain into a canyon, and I head off in that direction. I just go that direction, and that's west, heading towards. That's Mount Charleston, that big mountain out there. That's the Mount Charleston range, and then. Excuse me, I got flies all over the place. And then, so I'll be heading down behind this mountain over here in a little canyon that gets kind of scary because there's all kinds of cliffs and stuff. And then hopefully I'll find that cave. It's like back over there somewhere, but down on the other side of that mountain. And then I got to walk all the way along this whole gigantic range on the outside of that mountain. Because I came down this valley, you'll see this valley, but I'll be out there where the desert's flat. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. I'll be way, way, way out there.
That is far.
Where the desert's flat. And
just to give you an idea of just that alone, what he's... So I think I kind of have this just... I think he's a little bit more right here. Let's see, because this is... Mount Charleston is, I think... Okay, so this is Mount Charleston. So he's looking, I think, this way. I'll have to get my orientation better here. I do have a better diagram that we'll show, and we'll look at his actual movements that we know of. But yeah, keep in mind, he's not far from Area 51, which is approximately 50 miles from where he's at now, but obviously he'll be moving around. So I'm going to go a little bit to where he's actually walking. He talks a little bit more about this M cave for a minute. Oh, it's right here. Here we go.
Before I get...
We'll talk about what happened after his trip on November
to the
10th.
Opening where I step out into the desert. And I have not seen the funny looking little cave. But I did see a rock cairn, so somebody has been down here.
But I will give you guys a hint for those that are a little nugget of information for those that are new to this case. There was other YouTubers, since this has been a huge mystery and it's only grown since there hasn't been really a finality to it. But there has been many things discovered, including other content creators that like explorers that believe they had found the M cave. There's actually like 3 different groups, different channels, and we'll look at 2 of them. But they're very fascinating. And then what happened after they found the cave is even more bizarre. But let me get to chat real quick here. Let me just turn this down for a second while I'm playing it, and then I'll turn it back up. Gail, thank you so much for the one gifted mob crew membership. That is so sweet of you. Thank you so much. It looks like Cassie S got the gifted membership. And oh, and a shout out to Peyton last week for the PayPal. Thank you so much. And let me turn this up for a minute and I'll get back.
Yeah, a little bit of drop off. I think I should be able to scale down these bushes, but not with my camera in my hand.
And this guy was crazy. Well, not crazy, but this guy, I mean, he'd go out with like a candy bar and like a jug of water.
In the canyon, and I haven't found the cave, but look what I did find.
That's really cool. A ram.
He's way up there.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't know how close I'll get to him. Look at him. Wow.
Just scanning horizon. That's really cool.
He is big. Look at the horns on that guy. That's why I love coming out here. You never know what you're going to see.
Yeah, for anybody that hasn't ever hiked or camped, it is so nice to, especially in this day and age where we're, just bombarded with technology and stuff. It's so nice to just kind of get away from that and unplug. And yeah, that's really cool to see. Dom, thank you so much for the PayPal donation. I did get that. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you're doing well. Much love and happy holidays. Pickle Toes, good to see you. If you're just jumping in, we're just starting this story of Kenny Veach, a 47-year-old who went hiking looking for this mysterious M cave. Did he find it? We don't really know. But we do have some speculation as to what happened to him, and we'll get into that. But this is some footage of Kenny. This was his last known upload. There is some footage after this that some people may have known that was uploaded by his then girlfriend.
Oh man, he's looking right at me, and he probably hears me talking. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I'll try to get another shot of him. Whew, how cool. Well, I did not find the cave. That is so weird. I mean, I thought for sure I was just going to be able to find it. I remember it being fairly easy. Who knows? But I am at the mouth of the canyon. There, I'm just now coming out. And now I have to take a big left-hand turn and walk all the way back to my truck, which is a long, hard trip because I've got a lot of up and down to do.
Bighorn sheep.
And that's it. I'll talk to you when I get back to my truck. Bye-bye.
So, a part in his video, he talks about, because he only brought a candy bar and so much water, because this guy, like I said, he's very experienced when it comes to hiking. And likes to push himself with the bare essentials. And anyway, he talks about in this video where he's like, yeah, I've got a cooler at my truck, which is located miles and miles away, that he's hiked away from, and now it's got to hike back to because he was looking for this M cave. But it's got, this cooler's full of beer. And anyway, the girlfriend actually uploaded that footage months or a year later after his disappearance, which is cool. We'll kind of look at that a little bit. So,
well, I'm still hiking. It looks like it's about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and I'm getting worn out. But I've got I don't know. I think I got about 3 more miles to go.
Right.
Whew, what a hike! It's disappointing I didn't find the cave, but I still like to hike. And I just came across this fellow. It's been a while since I saw one. It's a nice little Mojave Desert tortoise. He is definitely a desert tortoise.
All right. So, unfortunately, I didn't pause. It used to be when you hit spacebar, I'd pause. Anyway, I'm just gonna get my notebook out so I can take some notes. So yeah, he would obviously after that video, he would go back out again, which he talked about in this video. That he's gonna go back out there. Unfortunately, he didn't find it that day, but he's gonna go back out. And then of course there was a weird comment in this video, I believe, that we just watched, where they're like, if you go there, please don't go to the M cave, because if you go in it, you're not going to come back out. And we'll look at that comment when we get a chance. And he even replies like, "Hey, what do you know? Is there something you know that I don't?" Anyway, sadly, after he went out on November 10th, 2014, I think he said he was going to be gone for 3 days, I believe. But his girlfriend didn't hear back from him, and he didn't check in. And unfortunately, they would do search and rescue. And as a matter of fact, let me just pull up some of the details about that. So over 30 search and rescue team members searched 3 different times on foot. 1 helicopter flyover was done, and there was no trace of Kenny or any of his camping things. They found his car in an area I told him that it would be. This is the girlfriend talking, because I'm assuming he told her this is where I usually park. They did find his cell phone in the mine shaft. They did find his cell phone by the mine shaft in the video. So remember I was telling you about, remember that mine shaft we were looking where he's standing at the beginning of the video. I believe that's the mine shaft that they found his cell phone. And I swear, let me know in chat, because I'm sure there's many in here that may know this case and probably covered it or explored it more than I have. But I swear I remember hearing that they found like some change as well. Let me know if anybody that knows this case really well. I thought they found his phone plus like some change, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah, that's all they found apparently was the cell phone. Now, there is a theory as to why that's the only thing they found, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But unfortunately, no sign of Kenny or, the stuff that he brought with him to this day. Now, as far as the M Cave, that is a different story, because obviously this started to garner a lot of attention. This is considered one of the internet's biggest mysteries, especially as far as YouTube goes. But of course, many theories started to circulate because, of course, with this being so close to Area 51, some believed that this tunnel that he had found it, and it led, to a secret, it led to a tunnel that led to Area 51, or this cave had like a portal in it that took him somewhere else. Many theories, and they're kind of fascinating, to be honest. If you're believe in that kind of stuff, and yeah, it's actually really wild. And so throughout the years, it really started to, this story really expanded, and other YouTubers and adventurers started to explore and try to look for this M cave. And there was, I believe, 3 different supposed M caves that were found. And if we get time, we'll look at least 2 of them and talk about them. But the one that I have pictured is very fascinating, because it does look like kind of an M. But is it really a cave? That's kind of debated. But what he found in it is very disturbing. And we'll kind of get more into that. But if you have any theories, let me know. We'll kind of explore them here. So just a little bit more about Kenny for those that are new to this bizarre story. Because this guy was, he loved to build things, create things. And it's just a shame that, this tragedy happened because he was actually trying to get on Shark Tank. If anybody knows about the Shark Tank show, where you got all these investors, and then these guys pitch ideas, that have, stuff like this that could improve, trying to life hacks. This is what I was trying to think. Like life hacks. But here he was trying to do one for, he was trying to submit it to the Shark Tank, and this is like a new toilet roll dispenser that's supposed to be a little bit easier. So I just wanted to play this a little bit for you.
Hello everyone at Quirky. My name is Kenny Veach, and I invented the new improved toilet paper roll holder for the household. It works great, and it's my own little invention, and I'm going to show you how it works. First, I'm just going to demonstrate it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, Cindy.
Paper,
we'll get
you've
back
got two decorative knobs.
sure.
Everything looks like a regular one, except it'll be like that. And then it runs out. You just pull that, put the other one in, and let go. And right now it's not precise because I used hand tools, but you get the picture. It works perfect, and it's beautiful. And that's it right there. That's the new improved toilet paper roll. You just let it go, and when I perfect it, when it's perfected and manufactured with more precision tools, it will go right inside the hole, and it locks and holds in there, and there's a lot of ways to improve this, but my mechanism is inside here. Keeps it from coming.
So anyway, there's just a short little video, just to give you a little background on him, because he's a very fascinating guy. It's really a shame, because he is very creative. So we're gonna go. Let's see. Let me make sure. What video do I have next? Okay, yeah. All right. So we're gonna go to one of the YouTubers that supposedly found this M cave, and we'll talk about how they got some inside information. But I just want to reiterate for those that don't know it. So like I said, this is near Area 51. Area 51 is patrolled with what's known as the camo dudes, or camo guys. That's these guys here. And they usually now run with white Ford Raptor trucks. They used to have, what was it before the Ford Raptors? I can't think of it. Anyway, if you know, let me know. But now they've switched to the Ford Raptors. They've had that for a while, but it used to be something different before that. But anyway. So yeah, these guys usually patrol, the surrounding areas many miles outside of Area 51, because you can't even get within 10 miles of it. I don't know. That's just, I'd have to look at it, but something like that. Obviously, you can't get very close to Area 51, especially without running into these guys. But anyway, so one particular YouTube channel went out to search for the M Cave, and this is what they discovered.
Let's go check it out. Okay, I made it up here to the entrance of this M Cave. There's the one side of it. It comes down and then goes back up there and down. Now, this doesn't look to be very deep at all, and it looks like they were trying to wall it off.
Gosh, somebody's belts need to be fixed. Anyway, let me back this up. So I just want to give them a shout out. Exploring abandoned mines in unusual places. So credit to their channel.
Along the way, but let's go check it out. Okay,
so if you look at this, he's going to pan to the right. I just want to show you where
here to the entrance of this M Cave. There's the one side of it. It comes down.
So here's kind of, the left side of the M. Zoop, zoop, and then, if we pan to the right.
Down and then goes back.
So it does kind of look like an M for
back
sure.
Up there and down.
Not a perfect M, but
now this doesn't look to be very deep at all, and it looks like they were trying to wall it off. There's stacked rocks right there, as well as...
But what he finds in here is very strange, considering how just deep into the valley he is, away from the public, and it's very bizarre. Very
behind
bizarre.
me here, like right there. The guy who kind of alerted me to this location, his name's Don, and he's in the military, and he was searching for this himself and last couple of years, but he had an accident and was no longer able to get out like he used to, so he came across my YouTube channel and wanted me to check it out.
Well, it's just weird. You've got these weird wood planks inside this. Now, this is really not considered a cave. You know, it was really more kind of a hole in the wall. But there's theories that this was walled off after Kenny found it, and that's been one of the more bigger theories as far as what happened to the actual M cave. If it is that it's been walled off. But it's very weird. All these things that he finds, just in this little kind of pocket, these wooden planks here. You know, you really, I mean, you're going many miles into a vast, desolate area. It's very rare to find stuff like this, which look like maybe, I don't know if there's, I would say a pallet, but that they're kind of thin to be a pallet.
That's what I'm doing. I really can't say where I am exactly because
November 2014, almost 10
wanted me
years.
to keep it disclosed or undisclosed. So there's some wooden remnants here, and there's a bottle, and I don't see any.
I've got to turn down my heat,
see
guys,
any,
so I'm just going to let this play. He's going to find
door.
something here in just a second. It's
Like
very
I think
creepy.
Kenny Veach said there might have been. I mean, back here in the back is where I'm assuming a door would be. Here in the back of the cave. Let me get back in here. Yeah, I can tell nobody's been in here for a while. So here's the back. I'm crawling on my hands and knees. Now I do see over here some white scratch marks. Let me get a little bit closer. God, I got almost laid down on my stomach.
Yeah, those are interesting.
Okay,
All right,
so-
for someone that's, I wouldn't say, you know, an avid hiker, but I've camped, and obviously we've done a lot of searching, and so I've been in areas like this. This is very bizarre. Somebody was taking like a nail, something sharp. I would seem, to me, I'd think like a nail, because if there was pallets or boards, especially if they had nails in them, it looks like they were scratching. It's really weird.
I'm not sure if that says hatch. Looks like an H, A, T, and then I'm not sure where the CH is. Maybe got covered up by the, I don't know. Or is that Veach? Looks like an H.
Yeah,
H,
beach.
A, T, C, H. Hatch. Hatch is a military term, at least in the Navy, for a door. I don't know about the Air Force, what they call doors. But I don't see a hatch here. Yeah.
That he
Well, I
says
don't-
looks fake. I think it's all
Something's
real.
over here under all these twigs. But here's looking out. So yeah, you can sort of see here in the silhouette the M. See, there it goes up and comes down here. That centerpiece then goes back up and comes down over there.
That might got the
It
M
looks
shape.
like they were trying to wall this off, maybe. But I don't see a door. Just a bunch of wooden pieces of wood
Yeah, the wood is
with
weird.
nails in them.
Nice little pocket to get out of the shade, but he finds one more
Well,
thing.
yes. This one's got some kind of notch.
Assuming it was maybe a sign or something.
I don't know. Seems to be a lot of wood kind of buried here. Some of it's under the dirt. Here's a, I think they call this a dowel rod. It's got, both ends are like that. Well, I don't know. This bottle is, you can't see the label on that.
God, that looks
It's empty.
like a beer bottle.
Oh, something over here.
But this is
Oh, here's a sign.
this
Or
is what's
something,
weird.
a piece of metal. Okay, Area 51, restricted area, no trespassing, use of deadly force authorized. Well, I think it's time for me to get out of here. I
It's like,
don't want to press my
I'm
luck.
gone.
Or my buddy Don's luck, who told me about this place, so I don't know. Not sure why all this wood is in here, or this bottle, or that sign, but here it is. Okay, I gotta get out of here. I can't stand up yet.
Yeah, so the argument
Sorry
would
for the
be,
camera footage being so shaky.
you know, that's not really a
actually crawling on my
cave
hands and-
unless it was sealed off, which would be really hard to do. It's not impossible, but you would think you would see some kind of evidence of it being sealed off. But
Please. Damn it. Just dropped the camera. I'm going to shut this off. Well, that is the M cave. I don't know if it's the one Kenny Veach found, but sure seems like it.
so I think I forgot to give a little bit of backstory. So, I think he had been looking for the M cave for a bit, and then he had somebody reach out to him that was in the military that also was looking for Kenny, and they told him about this spot. This is kind of an undisclosed location. I don't know if it's been revealed yet as far as this exact location. But yeah, very kind of interesting.
And I don't see any other openings here. A lot of big cracks in the rock, but nothing that would indicate a door.
So, then, I'm not sure how much time passed, but when he came back, this sign was put up. Danger, restricted area. Now, could it be that this was all pre-planned and that sign was put there, it was found? Although I think it would be kind of, I don't know. Maybe if those signs are out there like everywhere, it would be hard to find one and then stage this whole setup. It's certainly plausible. And then what would even make better content is for this person to come back there and then, before he turns on the camera, he posts this sign. But if that wasn't the case, and I have no idea, but if this guy came back and found this sign now posted up here, it'd be very, very creepy. Very creepy. Let me know what you think in the chat, but whether you believe it, on the fence, but that is very sus and very creepy at the same time. Because keep in mind, a lot of this area is, there's BLM land, which is Bureau Land of Management, which is public land. You can, spend the night. We have it here in Utah, Nevada, Idaho. I'm not sure all the states, but kind of over in my area, we have what's known as it's, shortened as BLM land. And that's where you basically can go camping and stuff like that. But a lot of this area, since obviously I'm assuming since it's very close to the base, especially Area 51, a lot of it is government land. But Autumn says, yeah, sus to me. Junior says, looks fake. Yeah, I've never really followed this particular YouTube channel, so I'd have to see like their previous work to kind of give a better, opinion on it. But if it was true, that'd be pretty wild. But besides the fact, this is a kind of an M-shaped, even though it's not really a cave. That is very interesting. I mean, that you can't obviously make up. So, now let's talk about who patrols Area 51 and the surrounding areas. And just to show you how serious these people are when it comes to trespassing on their land. They used to have the signs, for those that know, you could get so close to Area 51. There are these certain areas where, which is one of these roads right here, you'll come up to a sign that says, no trespassing. You go beyond this point. Now, they took down the original signs. The original signs would say something like, you will be shot at if you cross this, line. Not exactly like that, but more or less, I think it was something. I mean, we could probably type it in. We'll find the sign in 2 seconds. But anyway, there's what is known as the camo dudes. Now, these guys kind of, patrol the area around Area 51. We don't know a lot about them, but we do know or believe that these guys are kind of a subcontract. So they're not actually like military. Although they could have military background. They're more of just hired, I want to say mercenaries, but that isn't the right word. But you know what I mean. They're just hired third-party securities, I guess would be the best word. But here's a YouTube channel. Because these guys aren't far from where Kenny Veach disappeared. They're kind of close to Area 51 right now. These guys, there's a YouTube channel known as Mac Adventures. It's a father and son duo. And they would travel on their bikes across the United States. And they'd like to go to Area 51. That was the spot they went to. And there's many different kind of entrances that you can get to. But all of them, of course, some that are gated. And then there's one like this one, which is very well known, that there's no gate. There's just a sign that says, hey, you trespass this area. Things aren't going to end good for you. And anyway, these guys pushed the limit, and before this particular video, there was videos of them that were posted on YouTube, which in my opinion should have probably never been posted to YouTube or any social media. But they would actually cross over the line and catch it on video. Now, they wouldn't go far, but they would literally, there's one with the gate that's got, the thing goes down, and they would go around it, and then take pictures. And then, the son would take a picture of the father doing it, and then the father's son would take the picture of his dad doing it. And anyway, so they have videos prior to this of them doing that. So this obviously wasn't the first time they'd been up to this area. So now, I can't remember exactly, I'm sure I could look this up 2 seconds, but this happened, I'm assuming about 10 years ago. But these guys went back up there, especially after those videos showing them had literally trespassed, even though they're just going over the line a little bit, but they're still trespassing. And anyway, here's what happened when they did it again.
Oh.
Now, for those that don't know about these
Camo
guys,
dude.
These guys will not talk to you. Um, and as long as you're behaving, they'll kind of like keep an eye on you, but they're never like next to you. They'll go drive off, to a vantage spot where they can see you. And then if you move, they'll move, but they won't say hi to you or anything. They may pass you, but they don't actually talk to you. Um, they'll either pass you or they'll get into a spot that they can keep an eye on you.
Dudes. Camo dude. Dude! Those are for sure camo dudes. Oh! Full on camo dudes. That was crazy.
That's a good question.
That was crazy.
I will have to look into it. I know they had, and this was like a couple months ago, they had Mexico government had this big reveal, and they supposedly revealed like some alien bodies, and supposedly have like DNA and stuff. I'll have to do a video on it. It was kind of interesting, but many people thought the creatures were faked. They looked kind of iffy, I do believe in some of this stuff, but even I was kind of like, eh. But the Peru stuff, I do think definitely something's going down for sure. That's odd. But anyway, back to this. This is the signs that if you pass, which before they said something different, that you could be shot at. Now they have changed the signs up for exactly what they say. Basically, no trespassing. But
That is Sniper Hill up there. That is Sniper Hill. I can't believe we had actual camo dudes looking right at us. I'm turning mine off. That was crazy. What if that's because of our video?
So, remember how I noticed what he just said? I wonder if that's because of our video. Remember, I just told you that they had just posted in their last few videos that when they went there before, which to me is not smart, of them purposely going over the line.
Wait, okay.
I think they knew, these camo guys knew these guys because they'd been there. This guy is locked, loaded. But if you, obviously this video is because it's been out there for many, many years. People have looked at their uniforms. There's no logos anywhere, whereas like the military, you've got the Air Force, whatever, company you're in. This, they're just basic camo uniforms, and that's why they believe these are third-party hired security guards. That way, I don't know. I watched a video of them kind of explaining. I kind of forget all the details why they believe. And I'm sure that's just speculation, of course. But yeah, it's definitely, it just shows you the levity of the situation when it comes to trespassing, especially near Area 51. Don't want to do it. And guys, but since it's not really true crime or mystery, it wouldn't really fit the narrative. But maybe for like the members or something. But after what happened with these guys, things got really weird because these guys kind of went missing for a while. Not like missing, but their social media and everything, they just kind of disappeared. People believed that right after this, they actually had to go into prison time or something like that. So yeah, pretty crazy. But yeah, just to give you an idea of what it's like out there. And some even people wonder if these guys, because obviously these guys got all these cameras, got cameras on their bikes, they got cameras on their helmets. Some people speculated if these guys didn't have cameras and were just out there without, anything like that, that they would have disappeared, But that's just speculation, of course. But Um, yeah, it's the only time that we know of camo dudes. We've always just seen them drive by because there's been a lot of YouTube channels like Explore With Us that even kind of mess with the camo guys, trying to get them to kind of like talk to them, and but they're always very secretive. And but then of course the guy's, I think he has trouble getting his bike started or something.
I got you. I got you. All right. Oh my God.
These guys.
I know. Keep it in first gear. You totally smiled at me when they told you to turn around. That was the most gnarly thing I'd ever been in. That was crazy.
Oh, I bet
he
they're
was like, oh dude, he was so aggressive. He like kicked my legs open, kicked your legs open. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Woo!
Yeah, it's kind of sad because they were just starting to really get their channel going. And I'm sure it would have been a big channel, considering that the technology they had, with their bikes and stuff, and them going cross country and stuff. And that's the thing that's really sad, is after this incident, everything just went downhill for them. And that's why it's like, people have done stories on these guys as well, which is really, really sad. So, back to Kenny Veach. So, of course, there'd be a few other YouTubers that would go looking for Kenny. And there was another one. I can't think of the YouTube channel name. There's one, but it's not the right one, so I don't want to say the wrong one. But anyway, he would find... it wouldn't be a cave, but he found this rock formation that looked like an M. If we get a chance, we'll look at some screenshots of it. But he believes that it was the entrance to the M cave, but it got sealed up. And it's kind of fascinating. And then there was another YouTube channel that found another M cave that looked like an M, but it was the same thing as the other guy, where it was wasn't really a cave. It was kind of just an M with, kind of a, just kind of a, not a cave, just kind of a little inside area where you could, take some shelter. But anyway, continuing on. So like I said, they only found his cell phone. And I swear they found some change as well. I swear I read that or heard that somewhere. But nothing else. But in 2018, someone broke into Kenny Veach's sister-in-law's business and stole an iPad. This person was caught on surveillance, and oh my gosh, this guy resembles Kenny. Not to the T, because the quality is not the best, because it's like dark. But we're going to look at the video. But oh my gosh, like it's got the same hairstyle, body type, even the nose. And so some people think that he purposely disappeared and then showed up at his sister-in-law's business for whatever reason. So here is the footage here. So we see a guy kind of stroll in and just kind of look at the hair and face. And right, he's going to stand up. I think he comes back here. Oh yeah, that's where he takes the iPad. He's not in there for long. And the way the guy's moving makes me more lean towards kind of a younger, kind of a teenager. But man, I'm going to get a screenshot here and I'll blow it up for you guys. Oh, this goes quickly. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, the hairstyle, the nose, and then just the body type, really interesting. Yeah, Prince, he's not wearing gloves. Yeah, good question. What the Beck? That is definitely him. It certainly looks like him. If I get some time, I'll try to do an overlay. So I know it's dark right there. But if you look at the hair, let me see if I can pull this up. I'd have to run some filters to kind of make it look a little better, but make sure you guys can see that. Can I flip this? It just rotates it. Anyway. Oops. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the hair and his nose, like the nose, it's quite interesting. That's for sure. But as far as I know, I don't know if they ever found the guy that actually did that, which would make it even more a mystery. And so let's continue with some more stuff here. Oh, one more time. So I think with the family, it's like 50-50, if I recall. Like when it comes to family and friends, whether they think it's him, I think it's like 50-50. Like some swear that's him, and then I think others don't think it's him. So it's kind of interesting. So here is a video that maybe many people haven't seen, and that is the video where he talked about when he was done with his hike, he was going to hike to his vehicle and then have a nice beer from his cooler. And this video. It was uploaded after he went missing by his former girlfriend, and which I think is a nice little tribute to him, because here he's finishing his his walk or his hike. And so let me play this here. He doesn't talk too much. You can tell he's definitely wore out. Keep in mind this guy's going with bare essentials for a couple days hike, where he's taking like some candy bars or a candy bar and water.
Get back.
We will talk about that, Miranda. Great question. What has his girlfriend had to say about this? We will look exactly at her statement. The pic of Kenny in black and white. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to get him in a position. I know there's another video. I just don't have time. There's another video of him.
I made it a point.
Where his hair isn't all, because obviously.
Very little water. I only drink.
Yeah, he tries to talk, but he doesn't really.
Probably less than 30 ounces of water. And it was one heck of a hike. It was hot. Whew.
I'm sure the beer is not probably the best thing for him right after that. I would probably have some water and maybe drive home and then... He does, I did notice that, Maria. Yeah, there was one part where he's... Yeah, I did notice that.
Swallow. Oh. I freaking wiped me out, man. Oh.
Where he says, no, desert, no supplies, no bueno. Yeah. And who put this on YouTube, if you're wondering? That was his former girlfriend. So, a couple of things. Well, well, let me finish that, and I'll get to that. And then there's a little bit more. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to see that because many may have not seen that. But so a little bit more background on Kenny, for those that are not familiar with this case, is that Kenny sadly was suffering from depression. He had been unemployed for about a year or so, and his house was facing foreclosure. Because of his long unemployment, he was burning through his savings, which caused him to actually put his house up for sale. But there was a catch to it. And if we had more time, we'd look at it, but it's an hour video. But this is the video I need to take, and I'm going to try to overlay some things with that security footage. But yeah, it's kind of sad. He was going to sell his home, but the catch is that he came with the home. So if you bought the home, he still stays there, probably just in a guest bedroom or whatever. But he said he would do the cooking and cleaning and the house chores and everything. And so he was trying to sell the house with him, as part of the package. But yeah, apparently he was battling some depression. So some things that were red flags as far as the theory on, that he just went out there to unfortunately take his life because he was just things weren't going well for him. And some of the theories or some of the evidence to kind of lean towards that theory would be, normally he'd take his camera, the camera that we watched him earlier. Well, he didn't take that camera. And as you know, he was very excited to find this M cave. But on November 10th, 2014, his final hike, he didn't take that. Of course, he took his 9mm pistol. He had a cell phone, and I'm not sure exact all the supplies. I'm sure it wasn't many. But they believe that this place here is where they found the phone. I don't know if it was in there or just laying up top here, but that's where they found his cell phone. They believe he put this down on purpose so they wouldn't be able to track him. So another, piece of evidence to kind of suggest that this was, he was, planning to take his life, sadly. They didn't find his gun. Obviously his remains have still not been found. Junior says, "Well, if you buy the house, he comes with it." Yeah. I wonder if anybody's actually done that. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I mean, I could see some people, I mean, I don't know how you'd work that out as far as the paperwork and all that stuff. I've never been a homeowner, but yeah, he's, with everything that went on, he seemed like an amazing guy. His family has nothing but great things to say about him. Everybody, I've suffered with depression. I'm sure many people in here have suffered with it. It's bad, and it can really get you down. And so anyway, one of the leading theories, I should say, is that's what they believe his intentions were, especially since he didn't take his camera, because it just, his whole thing was to show people this M cave, and that was his whole plan, to go out there. So for him not to bring the camera, that just, doesn't make a lot of sense. So here are some statements. I told you, somebody asked me about the girlfriend and what she thought, and we will read what she thinks. And then we'll discuss a little bit of theories. And if you have anything to share, keep sharing them, and I'll try to get to them as we're going through this. Kenny Veach. There you are. So remember when I told you he uploaded this video and he said he was going to go back there? There it is. This was a comment left on his thing. And so his YouTube handle was Snakebite McGee. You can still find his videos. They're still up on YouTube. But she responded, or, you know, if it's Lemmy, I don't know, he or she. It says, no, don't go back in there. If you find that cave entrance, don't go in. If you do, you won't go out. You won't get out. And he even replies to Lemmy, you know, hey, what do you know? What is there something bad in there? And unfortunately, this person, I guess, never replied. But it was very eerie, you know, for someone to kind of post that. Now, it could have just be some random person just saying, you know, hey, you know, really just trying to say, be careful, or, you know, who knows. Okay, so here is what the girlfriend at the time had said, and this is part of the statement, and then we'll add some more to it here. Gotta blow this up for you guys to see it, so I can see it. Sorry if you can't read it, but I'll read it out to you. So her name was Sharian? Sharian. So she said, I am the girlfriend that Kenny spoke of in the video, because he does in one of his videos, speaks about his girlfriend. There are so many posts. I had no idea until a friend let me know. She's talking about the disappearance, I'm assuming. So many people are wondering what happened and guessing different things. You are heartfelt about the sadness around what happened with Kenny. He has not been found, and I feel that he probably will not be found for many, many months, if ever. I want to share what I know and feel about what happened, so that you might bring some closure and understanding in your own lives. Kenny absolutely loved hiking in the desert. It was his very, very favorite thing to do. We hiked and camped together all over Nevada desert, sometimes 9 hours a day. Woo! Especially in Nevada. That's brutal. We found many abandoned mining towns, known as ghost towns. Those are really cool. We explored many caves and mine shafts. We were always careful on how we explored them, but Kenny was a lot more daring than I was. He wore snake guards, so those little shin protectors, because some theorize that he got bit by a snake, which still could have happened. Just because you got snake guards don't mean you can get bit somewhere else. But she continues to say, I share this for two reasons. First, so that you have more of an understanding of who Kenny was and to bring some peace and understanding to the situation. Secondly, if anybody decide to go out in the desert to look for him or the M cave, be careful and bring enough water and food. Walking sticks are a good idea. Where's the part where she shares what she believed happened to him? Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. I want you to know that I do not think Kenny had an accident. I believe he battled depression for many years and would not take medication or see a doctor. He quit his job more than a year before his disappearance. The search for him lasted a couple of days. Oh, wait, no. The search for him was started within a couple of days of my call. The mine shaft was only about a 4-hour hike from his car. It is my feeling he left his cell phone at the mine shaft, so it could not be traced by GPS. He also did not take his video camera with him on this solo hike. It was left at his home. He had no intention of filming anything. So that's the words from her. And so that's what she feels happened to Kenny. But obviously, many have different theories as to, you know, did he find the M cave? Did he run into, you know, something paranormal? Or did he run into security? You know, so many things. The name of the Ford truck, B4 Raptor, was a Tremor. Yeah, I like that name, Ford Raptor. But yeah, that's what the camo guys drive. Didn't realize how bad his depression was. Yeah, it's really sad. Because it can certainly get you down. Make sure I don't miss anything. Just reading chat here. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to see. Squeaky Will, I figure he took a gallon of water or two, set his phone down where it would be found, and headed off in the opposite direction of where everyone would be looking. Could have been many, many miles away. Definitely. Yeah. Crystal Skull, huh? Ooh, I haven't heard about that. I know they found, and like I said, I ain't get enough time to get that, but the M Cave found. Let me see. It's not that guy. It's not that guy. It's not Aqua Chugger. That's the guy I wanted to say. Where's the other guy? Let me pull up you. Let me go to YouTube real quick. I'm not gonna play much of the video, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's kind of fascinating, what this guy believes. He believes he found the MK, but it was sealed off. But you can just see how many people have covered this case. Yeah, the Y Files. I guess they did a thing on it not too long ago. Definitely like the Y Files. See, there's Explore With Us. That was the channel I watched well before I became a content creator, and they inspired me. Where is this guy? No, it's not that guy. Should be at the top. Give me just a little bit more. How is this guy not at the top? Oh, I can't think of his name. Maybe I'll do this here. Don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. All right, Y-Files guy. Hope you don't copyright me. He seems like a really cool guy.
Bucks. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza Hut.
Introducing Hyperline, the most amazing soft body armor ever. Hyperline is made
but there's definitely.
If you haven't seen this channel, it's awesome. Okay, this is it. Oh, this is perfect. This is right where I want to go. So this YouTuber, this guy, what's his name? I need to write this down.
In the description, you'll find links to his
Sean Kana. And he finds this place.
channel and all the other.
Almost like this is like a foundation.
an M-shaped opening filled in with a different kind of rock. Sean finds holes that indicate there's something behind the rock. He finds a seam that looks too straight, too perfect.
You have this seam that's running.
Oh, that's
It's
interesting.
almost like this is like a foundation almost.
I've never
He
heard
feels that some of the rocks are loose.
But that moves, which means this one right here will move too. And I can feel it. I can nudge it.
Sean's pretty confident that he's found the M cave.
So for the record, the M cave did exist. I think.
Now that looks like a pretty good candidate to me. It's not as perfect of an M as I was hoping for, but there's definitely something strange going on with those rocks. If you watch Sean's full video, you'll see him poking around and getting some really close-up shots of the rocks. But we're still missing a piece of this mystery. Remember how Kenny said that he felt uneasy near the cave, and the closer he got, the worse he felt?
with the vibrations. Sorry, I don't want to take too much from him. Oh, yeah, actually, I'm not going to show this part. Anyway, so after this guy discovered this area, as he was leaving, he started getting super sick. He started, because obviously he was live recording, and he was throwing up multiple times and said he didn't feel right. And so it was very interesting. For some reason, I know it's there. I just couldn't find it in time before the show started. But yeah, he got really sick. And then, of course, the further he got away from this, what he believed is the sealed off M cave, he felt better. But it's really really interesting case. And now it's approaching 10 years, which is really wild. So November 2014. So, Hecklefish, yeah, what a great channel. What did I miss here? There he is, Alan Hinkle. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, Alan, for the $10 and the support. You are so awesome. Hope you're doing well. Happy holidays. Hart says, I don't find it odd for wood and old bottles are there. Happen all the time. Rural Montana for us. Don't know that I trust the sign wasn't planted. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in certain areas, I totally agree. Yeah, you find stuff like that. I guess just, I don't know. I guess I'd have to see how deep in from the population, from the trail entrances, or, well, you know, if a lot of it's government land. I don't know if you're even supposed to be on that, but either way, yeah, just in that little pocket just seems really interesting. Where that kind of speaks to what was it staged, or, you know. Oh yeah, I'll have to check out the Crystal Skull. I would look it up, but let's see, we've been going on for an hour and a half. But yeah, maybe we'll do a part 2. Exploring with Nug. Sean, but he changed the name of his channel. Oh, that's probably why I couldn't find it. Interesting. Yeah, he seems like a really nice guy, that Sean guy, because I remember him looking for it. What's the deal about the M Cave? Cunningham. Oh no, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We just kind of finished the show. I'm just about ready to wrap up the show, but the basics of it, but I would definitely, if you get time, check it out, rewatch the show. But we'll just quickly recap it. But a guy named Kenny Veach, 47 years old, out of Nevada, went searching for, well, he supposedly found what's called the M Cave. The reason why he calls it the M Cave is that at the entrance, it looks like an M with the rock face. And apparently when he was approaching this, he got this weird feeling, and he was actually scared. And this guy is an avid, very experienced hiker, not really scared of any, well, I don't want to speak that highly, I don't know, but he's pretty, yeah. And anyway, so he had found this cave, and then he started making some vlogs, trying to find it again, because at the time when he found the cave originally, he didn't have his pistol with him, so he didn't feel safe. So then he started uploading some videos to YouTube of him looking for the cave, but unfortunately, on a couple attempts, he couldn't find it. Oh, where's the darn video? I was just gonna play. Where are you? There you are. Sorry, I got something in my eye. So he would do this video here and kind of explain where he thought it was and that he was going to go look for it. He didn't find it then, and then he told his viewers that he was going to go out one more time, November 10th, 2014, to look for this M cave, and he never came back. And there's a lot of weird speculation because this is located very close to Area 51. So here is kind of where Kenny was at. And if we look, so if we zoom out here, this is Las Vegas. This is kind of where Kenny was at taking his video. And then if we look, I got to reorient. There we go. This is the infamous Area 51, which, is where they've done bombing, nuclear tests. Of course, many people believe that they could have UFOs, aliens. And with this particular area, it's very heavily guarded. Not heavily guarded, but patrolled with what is known as camo guys. And that's kind of an interesting story in itself because these camo guys are kind of hired contractors. And it seems like they're not officially affiliated with a particular, military or whatever. And anyway, some people believe that this M cave was like a portal or was like a tunnel to Area 51, and he found it, and they weren't happy about it. And when he went to go look for it again, either he found it and they, made him disappear. And I'm trying to get it where it shows the M cave here. Let me back up here. So as you can see, so wait for it to pan to the right a little bit. How it kind of resembles an M. And anyway, after he went missing, they never found anything except for his cell phone and his vehicle, but they never found him or his gun or whatever he packed with him. Then other YouTubers would go looking for him, and then there would be a couple of caves. This one was the big one that some people believe this is the M cave, but it's not really a cave because it's just kind of a, just a little kind of shelter, area, little pocket. But, yeah. And, so it's a big mystery, and it's literally one of the bigger internet mysteries to this date. And as far as YouTube mysteries, like YouTubers, this would be a huge one. So, pretty wild. But yeah, that's just kind of a recap of it. But there's a lot more that if you just joined us, you might have missed. I'd definitely check it out. Watched a lot of videos that in regards to him and other channels that are evolve around this case. Anywho, so we did get the pet pictures in. I still need to put them together because last night, I wanted to do a members live, but unfortunately my power went out, and it went out for quite a long time, and so I didn't get to go live, and I didn't get to do a video for my members and Patreon. So I will be working on that tomorrow for you guys. I just want to thank, before we go, of course, we're going to show the animals first. But thank you to anybody that supported. Thank you, Dom, Christina, Southern Gal, Gil, and Alan. Thank you guys so much for the support. Good to see you, Jennifer. I hope you're doing, feeling better. Just reading chat. Hope everything's going well. Okay. Oh, you're probably talking about Caps, Nightbot. Anyway, of course, we're going to try to do something this. I've got to get a hold of my mods, though. Mods, be on the lookout. I'll be emailing you guys here soon. Because I want to do something for you guys before the year ends. I was just going to ask Chris about it being close area. Yeah, it's only about 50 miles, apparently. So anyway, for anyone that's new to the show, our outros, I usually have music, but I got to put it all together first. But these are the new pets that were sent in. And oh my gosh, someone sent in a baby raccoon. His name is Mo. Oh my God, it makes me want to get a pet raccoon. And it reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And name him Rocket. Here we got Dove. Oh my God, what a beautiful cat. Then we got Edith. What a great picture with the leaves and everything, with the fall. Then we got Michaela's John Dutton horse. I've always wanted to ride a horse, and I love the spots. Some beautiful colors. And then we have Chloe with the Christmas tree. Ooh, very pretty Christmas tree. I love the lights. Oh yeah, I got a couple of pictures of Mo. Then we have we got Riley. I think Riley. And Shadow. Oh, Shadow, come up here in a minute. That's not Shadow. That's Salem, which is a great name for a cat. What a beautiful cat. Always wanted a black cat. Then we got Sachet LaRue. I love that name. What a beautiful little animal. And then we have Shadow. Gorgeous dog. We got Sherlock. We got Cunningham's Pets. We got Sherlock. And we have Susie and Marley. Of course, I'm a huge cat lover. I mean, I love all animals, but cats love those cardboard boxes. Who needs cat toys? I just get them a cardboard box. I already saw that one. Then we got Tigger, Cunningham's little kitty. Got a bell on. Is that a bell on him? How cute. And I think that's it. I think I might have one or two more I got to add. But anyway. So, with that, we're going to end it there. And we'll probably be back on tomorrow. I'm going to be trying to pick up more days. It used to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, I'm going to be trying to maybe do 5 days a week. So, just warning to the mods. And I'll try to keep it around this time, unless, on Tuesday and Thursday with Steve's lives, I have to kind of figure out whether to go before him or after him. So we'll try to get that all figured out. And I'll let you guys know, and I'll email you. So with that, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and should be back on tomorrow. But I thought we'd change it up and check out an interesting case. And but we'll definitely get back into Brian Koberger and Delphi and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful night, and we will see you guys tomorrow. And thank you, mods, again so much. I will be